This class activity is designed to show you how a union command works in GIS. And the way that union works is it basically takes multiple polygons that are on top of each other and it breaks them down, it builds new polygons, and then it creates a new attribute table. So in this example here, you're going to draw on 3 different layers, layer A, B, and C. Each one of those has one attribute in the attribute table. So layer A has one column in the attribute table with the title alpha, and then each one of these, and this polygon, this one polygon is going to have a value of alpha in the attribute table under the capital Alpha. But let's start out with how we're going to draw these. So let me just show an example here where I'm going to take I'm going to use this tool here because it lets me complete polygons, and I'm going to put in layer A here. So in order to do this, you'll need to know the Cartesian coordinates. X is changing in this direction, in this case from 0 to 10, and Y is changing in this direction from 0 to 10. X is always listed first and Y is second. So the first point here for alpha, for layer A would be 0, 5. So go over 0 in the X direction and up 5 in the Y direction. Then 4, 10, so go over 4 in the X direction, up 10 in the Y direction. Then 6, 8, go over 6 in the X direction, up 8 in the Y direction. Then 3, 5, go up 5, or I'm sorry, go over 3 in the X direction, up 5 in the Y direction. And then 6, 2, go over 6 in the X, up 2 in the Y. 4, 0, over 4 in the X, up 0 in the Y direction, and then back to the beginning point at 0, 5. And what I can see here is I've created a polygon. So that is one polygon, and it's a polygon just like it would be in a drawing, and it's, if we only have one polygon, it's a polygon just like it would be in the GIS. Now I'm going to draw another polygon, and I'm going to use layer C here just as an example. So in this case here, I'm going to start 5 up and 8 over, so I'm going to draw a new polygon using the same tool. And it's going to start up at 5 over in the X direction and 8 up right here. And then it's going to go to 2, 5. So it's going to be 2 over in the X direction, 5 up right around here. Then it's going to go to 5, 2. So 5 over in the A direction and 2 up right around here. Then it's going to go to 8, 5, 8 over in the X direction, 5 up. And then lastly, back to the beginning point here. So we can see here that now we have a second polygon, and these polygons overlap each other, right? If I wanted to, I could bring this one to the front, and we see that those two polygons are overlapping there. And so really in PowerPoint, we just have 2 polygons here, but that's not what happens when we union 2 polygons in GIS. I'm just going to make both of these no fill so that we can see them. And we can see we still do have our 2 original polygons, but we have this area of overlap here. So when we do the union command, what that basically does is that it breaks it down into a new polygon. So in this example here, we'd actually have 1 polygon. We'd have 2 polygons. And we would have a 3rd polygon. And I'll just put those here so we can just start to take a look at this. So I'll just call this one polygon number 1, this one polygon number 2, and this one polygon number 3. So every time I put a point on the map, those would be the vertices that are used to define the polygon. But in order to start drawing this new polygon 3 here, we actually have to add a couple of new vertices, one here and one here, wherever those 2 lines overlap. And I ask you to add those as little boxes. So you should put a new little box on here and here, because that's what the GIS is doing. It's breaking the old polygons at those intersections, and it's putting in new nodes there to define these new polygons.